part two. So, like I was saying, it's just become very clear to me in the year 2024, and as especially as we close out 2024, there has been so much clarity that has come through in reference to what this journey has been on the other side of what I have been experiencing. So, like I said, it's become very clear to me that there's some type of covenant amongst some groups or whatever, or people in general who they've been assigned to do these things and possibly like shut me down or keep me a secret or whatever I'm working on, keep it secret or whatever. I don't know. I know that it's taken a lot of my time and my passion, and I know that it's taken a great deal of commitment from me. And I know that I don't feel like the efforts were in vain. I just feel like the efforts were meant to inspire other people as opposed to actually working for me. You get what I'm saying? Like they were supposed to actually help me build my empire, and my children were supposed to be able to benefit from the works. And unfortunately, you know, people come along and steal the shit, block it and steal it. That's what it seems like. So I think instead of allowing that to kind of get me down, I just kind of kept going. I just kept going. I never gave up. I never give up. I never quit. I just take a break and and or slow down. I go back to school, I take a class, I go back to work, I save money, and then I put it into what I'm working on. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I go back to work, I go back to school. That has been my process the entire time. And then I get back to work, and then I got somebody tampering with what I got going on at work. Go back to school, got people playing with my money at school, so I got to go back to work because I can't afford to stay in school now. It's always been some shit. It's always been some shit. And honestly, this lady, she said something under her breath today. I think she probably is listening to some of my content as well. And, people are very judgmental. And she said something like, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to advise nobody on how to live their life, or it was something along those lines, right? And I said to myself, I looked at her and I said, Miss, you'd be surprised who is qualified to save a life or save a soul. You'd be surprised. Don't be so sure when you passing judgment on people who can and who can't, and this and that and this and that. Honey, it could be someone that you would least suspect that will change your life for the best, you know? And usually it's somebody who don't have anything. I hate to say it, but it's true. Let's take a little pause for a second, let this train pass. So yes. Um, but my mother taught me that. I had a good mom. She taught me. She was a good teacher. She was a very good teacher. Let's see if I can straighten this a little bit. I don't know. I have a thing. Like, you see how that's like that? I was align this so this is right. And if we can't get it all the way right, then thank you. You know, that's just me being meticulous, and you know, I have a way. I have a way. I don't knock that way though. You know why? Because if it wasn't for that particular way, honey, I wouldn't have gotten a lot of gigs that I got. I wouldn't have gotten the feedback that I got from, some pretty prominent people, because they like the fact that I pay attention to details. They like that, you know? I didn't know that they like that, but it's just who I am. Anyway, so I realized that there are people who are going to say what they want to say and feel what they want to feel, and I'm okay with that too. You know, I'm learning to allow people to feel how they want to feel and have their opinions about me without my having to feel like I'm vested in what the fuck they feel. Like, I mean, that's your opinion, and you have a right to have that and to express yourself. It's fine, you know. But with this particular journey, you guys, I know for a fact you'd be surprised who can come along and change your life, especially in an era where age old era actually, where there's a lot of energy that is trying to wrongfully influence our youth to, lean into things like committing suicide or, leaning into like drugs and alcohol and all this type of stuff. And I know because I'm a parent and I've experienced that with my child. And even though we had never gone through anything like that, once I, you know, brought my children here, you know, everything changed. And so I understand from a parental standpoint what it feels like to see your child change in front of your eyes, you know, and and how heartbreaking that can be when you're trying to get through to them and they just won't listen, you know. So when it comes to that kind of a situation, you know, it's like I may not have been able to help mine, but maybe I can help somebody else's. You get me? Mine are just used to me. They used to me. They used to this kind of, energy from me. But other people maybe not so much. It might change their life. You never know. You get what I'm saying? So that's why, I looked at her and I was like, "You girl, you have no idea." That's the wrong thing to say to somebody, directly or indirectly. That is the wrong thing to say to somebody, you know. But I can also see where maybe as a part of a social experiment, people could come together and decide, you know what? Why don't we, you know, put this woman through all kinds of things to where she would lose hope and it would make it seem to everybody on the outside that, she's not effective and what she's talking about isn't effective and, oh, it's all bullshit and it's all this and it's all fake and it's da 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 da. And the meantime, in between time, it's the realest shit that's ever hit the damn scene. If you really want to know the truth, you feel me? But because the agenda is to make it seem as if I'm supposed to be the one that's supposed to be the imposter, when in actuality, it's the total opposite. Um, I could see where people can be sent around me to plant those negative seeds. Because when your vibrations go low and something happens, and you're like, oh man, it didn't work out again, or such and such, or I should have did that right, or I should have did that. A lot of people, they don't realize that they start beating up themselves when they go through a certain, disappointment in life. They start beating up themselves. Like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done this and da, da, da. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what they want. They want you to beat up on yourself. They don't want you to encourage yourself. They don't want you to be secure in yourself. They don't want you to try again. You feel me? They're like, hell no, we want you to give up. That's the point. And if it means we have to infuse some bullshit into your environment, then that's what we're going to do for you. The test is the opposition. Passing the test is ignoring them and continuing to move forward towards your goal. It's a lot of people who don't know that. You'd be surprised. So anyway, but you know what? Subconsciously, also, and I'm going to do this in closing because I feel like it's about to rain a little bit. And it is very beautiful, but I don't want to be in the rain. And I have an umbrella. I just don't want to be in the rain. Okay? But I feel like that might be why people don't necessarily understand me either. You know? Because I get that. And subconsciously, when you are down and out, or you're going through, like, say, for example, you're going through something that, like what I'm going through, Oh, honey, this was supposed to break me. This right here, all of this was supposed to break me. I promise you it was. And I was like, oh, wow. They don't know I already been through hella shit in life. Okay, well, here we go again, you know? And, but when you did back to what I was saying, when you're dealing with the subconscious, sometimes those bad seeds that other people planted, they come back up. That's why they say you got to quiet the noise. You got to block out all the mess that those people have said about you, all the naysayers and this and that. You know the motivational speech. You know, it's very true. You do have to block that out, but not just block it out spiritually, but block it out in your environment. Allow people to understand that you have boundaries that are not to be crossed, even in passing. You get me? So when I have people saying things like that, instead of me ignoring them and what they said, I literally rebuke that bad seed that they're trying to plant. Remember, countering the negative energy with the positive energy. It doesn't work all the time, but it works most of the time. Okay? Don't allow people to speak curses over your damn life. And I think with that being said, that is a perfect point that has been made. And we're going to close it on out on that one. I'll see you guys later. Have a good Saturday, okay?